Hi everybody, it's Ms. Kincaid again. I would like to introduce you today to the Kubasaki High School's Fire Book. The ELA department got together and made this for you. It's a compilation of all of the most important things we think that you would need to make yourself successful. And although it's specifically for English right now, it really can help you in social studies and other content areas because it deals with how to write papers. Um, Now, science is its own thing. Investigations and the methods of science, they have a specific way they want you to write investigations. And so make sure that you're following your teacher's directions no matter what class you're in, but especially in science because it's going to be much more specific to that stuff. So this is available to you in your Google Classroom materials. As you look through it, it is linked. Um, we tried to keep it as brief as possible. Each subject is limited to a page front and back at most. We tried to limit it to that, so it's just the basics. Editing symbols and abbreviations, these are things that teachers may write or type onto your paper to help you improve your writing or to correct mistakes you may have made. You can go here if something's on your paper and you don't know what it means. Formatting your paper, again, follow your specific teacher's directions, but if they give no directions, generally we use MLA format. Everything's right here on how to do it. If you have questions about it, please ask. Google it. I'm sure YouTube has a million training videos on how to do it way better than I could ever tell you. So, how do you format your paper? This is how you format your paper. There are specific fonts and font sizes that are acceptable. When you go into college, make sure you're listening to your professors. They will tell you specifically what format to use. There's MLA and ALA. You need to make sure you know what's going on. Okay? Here are some more formatting tips. A lot of the things that they expect you to do in MLA format go against what maybe other teachers might have taught you. Here we go, 12-point font, standard font. These are the fonts that are okay. Comic Sans is never okay. No more than 1-inch margins. Now, if your professor says write a 10-page paper, a lot of people fudge that by making their margins bigger. It has to be 1 inch. But there's a fight right now, and I know some students who had me before know this. You can either do, at this point, 1 space after a period or 2 spaces after a period. If you put 2 spaces after your period, it makes your paper longer without extra work. Just saying. So make sure you have 1-inch margins. Your creative title, don't get too creative, but yes, make it clever, make it interesting, make people want to read your stuff. The ELA teachers have talked. We created this document. This is the format that all ELA classes are going to use this year. If you have questions, if we made a mistake, we proofread this a million times, but nobody is perfect. If you find a mistake or a question, please let us know. Many of you were introduced to the RACE, Answering Short Essays Response Questions, with the acronym RACE. I know some of you did it in middle school. It really is, if you're stuck, if life is hard and you need to write an essay, here you go. Just follow this. You don't need to be fancy. You don't need to be cute or smart. Just do this. Take the question, you make it a statement, you answer it. You cite your evidence, and then you explain how the evidence supports your answer. It's that easy. There'll be another video where we go over this. This is in here. It is also in posters in the room if you're in class. It's awesome. Some examples to help you. Thesis statement. If you're in AP, you're going to have thesis statements. This is where you can start helps you understand it. Mrs. Lumberg is a pro at thesis statements. If you need help, you can certainly ask me. If you want help that's exceptionally done, Mrs. Lumberg is where to go. They have examples, introductory paragraph in 4 parts, a lot of grading, especially with Mrs. Lumberg, who does the AP classes, will use this. 1 point for each, 2 points for the summarize, I think. And this is something too we will go over when you need to write. However, it's always here for you if you want to preview it. And then there are examples. Topic sentences explains it, what they are, how to write them, gives you examples. It also gives you some exercises to improve your topic sentences if you are bored, because I know you're going to go do English work when you're bored. Well, maybe some of you will. Quotations. If you're writing a narrative and you have people talking to each other, you're going to have to know how to use quotations. Here's a guideline here for quotations. It is really very good. Mr. Koya, I believe, created this one. That is one of the pages that went long just because there's so many interesting and important things you need to know about quotations. In-text citations. There's a lot of citations. We ask you to cite evidence from the text. We know that you need this information. Here's your in-text citations so that you know how to do it. We did stick with MLA style since that is the style we asked you to do. Adding transitions. A lot of times teachers are people too. Teachers will say, you need to add transitions. I think too many transitions is not always good, but here are, if your teacher ever says add transitions, this is what they're talking about. Explaining things, putting things in order, things like that. These are words and phrases that you can use. Writing your conclusion. I did this one. How to write a conclusion that doesn't just repeat your introductory sentence, makes people think and leaves people with ideas to think about as they go. Some do nots. Please pay attention to those. Organizing your Google inbox. Mrs. Lumberg put this together for you because I know with the distance learning and the remote learning, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of emails. There's going to be a lot of notifications. It's going to be rough. We're going to get through it, and it's going to make you amazingly better for it. Here are some hints, some helpful tips on how to organize your Google inbox using filters, using labels, getting yourself organized, making sure that you're set to go. I looked at it closely and I organized my inbox from this right here. It really is helpful. Same with the Google Drive. Keep your Google Drive organized. If you're working on a paper, put it in. If you just have a whole bunch of documents scattered all over like I do, it is hard to find something. Now, all of my assignments should be in your Google Classroom, so it never should be hard to find where your things are for me. But, you're going to have a lot of stuff. You might have notes. You might have other things. Okay. This right here, hopefully, we put a lot of work into it. We're hoping that it really helps you. It answers questions. It makes it so that you're not stuck in the, when you wait till midnight the night before it's due to do something and you can't ask your teacher a question, it's here for you. Okay. I hope you appreciate it. Please let me know if you have questions or see something in there that isn't quite right or that you think needs to be changed. Have a great day.